Hello and welcome back to The Stack, and here are today's top stories. The first story, we finally know who the Uvalde police chief was calling during the shooting, and honestly, it's going to make you sick to your stomach. It sure made me feel sick when I read this morning. So it turns out the police chief chose to call the gunman to attempt to negotiate with him, and he literally is on the phone begging him to come out and to let him know if there's any kids in there, anything that can help. I mean, you don't negotiate with school shooters. I mean, this guy was in a classroom full of kids and the police chief is on the phone with him. And we now know that up to, I think, close to 400 police officers responded to the shooting. 400. That's insane. And instead of bursting through that door, shooting the killer, the guy called the shooter on the phone and basically just begged him to put down his gun. So I think this is just another failure. Instead of actually doing anything, they just made a wrong move here. So, I mean, a bad guy with a gun, a really evil man, killed these children, and it looks like the police chief just totally failed at even attempting to do something to stop him. Just awful. And the second story, Americans are rallying behind the Indiana mall hero after a gun-grabbing group linked his actions to a vigilante safety net. This is just insane. So, a shooting at a mall, and a Good Samaritan with a gun, he was legally carrying a handgun, shot and killed this mall shooter. And the police came out, the mayor of the town that it happened in came out and said that a Good Samaritan was able to shoot the assailant and stop the further bloodshed. So even the mayor is saying, like, oh, this was totally legit. This was the right thing. The Good Samaritan did absolutely nothing wrong. I mean, guys, this is why people carry. This is why the Second Amendment exists. So good guys can stop bad guys with guns. That's part of why we carry guns and have guns. And that's part of why it's so dangerous for the left to take away guns, because it'll be impossible for good guys with guns to stop bad guys. Only the bad guys will have guns. So the Brady group, I'm sure a lot of you have heard of them. They're a gun grabbing group. Well, they came out and said that they're not going to uplift the NRA myth of a good guy with a gun. And I mean, this guy literally saved lives. This guy's a hero. He saved lives and they don't care. So the backlash on Twitter was just incredible. And it's really amazing to see so many Americans standing up for guns and good guys with guns. That's very encouraging. And the third story, Dr. Fauci. He has probably made your life terrible for the last 2 years. He's still on TV talking about you need to get your booster shot. And, you know, we may be going back into lockdowns again, and we may need to mask again. I mean, the guy has gotten COVID wrong again and again. He's the biggest flip-flopper of them all. He's lied over and over again. I mean, really, in my opinion, the guy should probably be thrown in jail for what he's done. Well, he's announcing that he'll be leaving his job at the end of Joe Biden's term. Now, I wonder when that'll be, because what if Joe Biden doesn't make it through the end of the year? Will he leave, or is he going to leave in 2024? Because something you have to remember, in 2022, after the midterms this year, Republicans are almost guaranteed to take Congress. They're probably going to investigate Fauci pretty extensively. So it'll be interesting to see if he resigns before then, because he knows investigations are coming. I don't know. It'll be really interesting to see, but I am so glad that Fauci is going to be out of our hair. But I'm sure he'll get hired by MSNBC or CNN or some other left-wing network that'll just love to have his face all over TV. So if you want to stay up to date on the latest Dr. Fauci news, the latest on good guys stopping bad guys with guns, and the latest on Uvalde school shooting, you can head to westernjournal.com, and please be sure to like and subscribe so you never miss an episode of The Stack.